Hello, guys. Today we're doing one more episode about an alternative of humanity slash Well, I'm just going to say what's happening. Um, this week had this week I had a lot of tests, so I couldn't do a lot of stuff. But this is the province map. It's basically full, and yeah, that's it. Well, let's go to what already is what we already need to know. Well, the first thing that happens is with Ireland over here. The leader of Ireland makes expansionist um, movements and gets all of this from Greenland. They will stop because no money, but then they would discover Newfoundland and they would colonize it. This is the first ever colony in Europe, from Europe, in the Americas. After the discovery, they captured the whole island and already started with slavery. Now, here in Portugal, they do another great journey, reach these islands, and they colonize them, but then they discovered that it was from the Irish, so they sold it, so they bought it, and then they went over here down south and falls right here in what is today the Northwest. They stop over here and they make a small claim in here. Then they go up here and they discover that there's a Brazil, that there's a new nation, a nation over here that has existed for a long time. They will stop going over here and they will go down south, expecting something, a new nation or something. But the only thing they will meet is more indigenous land. More indigenous land, more indigenous, and then they they go by ship into here and they discover Uruguay or the La Plata. The La Plata is a new nation. It is apparently a new nation, and they will make good alliances with them. France will discover what's happening, and they will try many times to go around Africa, but they will be stopped by the African nations or they will be stopped by Mexico. So, another nation is Scotland. Scotland had just come out of a war that I didn't even assimilate it, but they can go make a big trip around the world and they fall here. They will leave over here and they will fall here in Florida. The Scottish are now in Florida, but these are not populational colonies. Why? Well, conditions here in Scotland are more similar to here in Quebec. But here, the conditions are more like Mexico. And Mexico, as you know, is probably not completely like France or Portugal or Ireland. That's why this nation will be probably a good nation because of its population, of its high population. Well, let's continue. Here in Arabia, the Arabs discover what's happening and want an access to the Mediterranean. So they ask the Egyptians to go to war against Anatolia with them. But they say no. Well, they invaded Anatolia alone then. They capture all of these territories. Oops, I forgot to use. They invade. They start the invasion. They captured this with the access to the sea. And Anatolia has no other thing to do except just declare peace. Just sue for peace. Well, they sue for peace, of course, because they're weak. Oops. And the Arabs are able to get all of this. And they will be able to get all of Cyprus that they were already besieging. Now let's get to the province map and let's fill in the provinces, because province map exists for what reason then? This is the map of the world and also the new colonies. Well, now the Tartars, I think these are the Mongolia steppes, or you can call them the Mongolian Tartars. They start to unify under a nation. No, this is not going to be like Genghis Khan. They're actually going to do something. They expand over here to this river. They expand up here, and they start to go down south. But of course, it's pretty hard to go down south because it's the Gobi Desert. It's the Gobi. So they can't do a lot of stuff except just get teeny tiny pieces of land. Here, China tensions are starting to get higher in between this nation and Taiwan. And why am I speaking so fast? Well, while this is happening, relations are getting a bit tense in between these. And again, in the alliance map, stuff are starting to happen. Well, of course, they're going to create an alliance. The first thing that happens is these two nations. These two nations ally, and then all these nations join the alliance. And everyone's like, we're going to have another war. Here in China, again, there's another nation another alliance, which is this alliance. Which is this alliance. That includes the Mongolian Tartars. It started in between the Mongolian Tartars, and it also includes Tibet, and the Red Nation, and this Red Nation. So it's basically northern and southern alliances. Basically that. But that is going to be it for China for now. Then we have to create another alliance in between France. In between France in between France, the Mediterranean Republic, Portugal, and Galicia. Why? Because Scotland will invade these territories over here, and they will take everything. Well, Mexico has been completely conquered, and Colombia is actually going to be protected by Portugal, by by Cornwall, and by France to stop the expansion of this nation, which is already getting pretty ugly. They will connect their colonies and form one single colony, which is the Bay of Florida, the Gulf of Florida. They will conquer this nation and this nation. They know that that Colombia is protected not only by these nations but also by me, of course, or this colony, or the Mediterranean Republic. Well, in the Incan region, France reaches Peru. They conquer this region as if it was theirs, and they declare war. They will take the capital very easily because they're like very easily conquered. And one by one, these nations will be conquered, except the Mapuches that will take this nation. Then, the Amazon is invaded by Portugal and is conquered. Most of it is conquered. The rest, no. The rest is going to be in exile and will stay there forever, basically. Here in the Northern African nation, they will expand more, but again to no avail. Not just like this Saharan nation that will take this even more, actually. This nation will take this one just for economic stuff, and they will expand over here. They will take this and this, this, and they will expand to this. They're not an empire, they're just a republic that is expanding. Well, I'm zooming back to here because I'm thinking about what I could do. Well, Siberia expands more to stop the Khanate, and to stop the Mongols. This nation does the same, and they expand until here, noticing that they could do literally anything they want with these new territories. This nation from this bay will take all of this, they will take all of this and they will connect, and they will connect their territories to this, to that over there. Well, this is Russia right now. The Mongols already know what's happening, so they're going to expand the most that they can before a new nation gains independence and claims all of this. I think Asia is nearly finished, but we just need to make some final stuff. Like Tibet getting all of this. This green nation taking all of this and invading both of these nations. And then three new nations being formed over here. this pink one that is going to be from here to here. Then also this nation. And finally, this nation. Here in Asia, here in this part of Asia, this Thailand will get this, and Asia is finally all covered. All of Asia. Well, Africa's nearly done. The Americas are nearly done. And talking about the Americas, more expansion of the Irish, because they find these Canadian islands, discover that no one lives in here, and they just take it all. So they will take all of this. In other words, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of snow. And of course, this will be just for minerals and stuff, but they will not be for anything really important. Then the Japanese will take all of this, all of this over here, along this river. They will take all of this and they will conquer it. France is going to expand even more. Oh boy, boy. They will reach over here. They will get all of this. Cornwall will expand a bit more to this area of this bay that I forgot the name. Edson? No. And France, after 10 years or 2 years, they will get this. The Americas are nearly finished. My mouse. The Americas are nearly finished, at least North America. And a new power, a new colonial power, shows up. No, it's not Portugal. No, it's not the Mediterranean, still they have this. Not any of these countries, but it is going to be Sweden. Sweden is going to try to find a new area for a colony, and they reach this nation. They reach Cornwall. Then they expand below Cornwall and take it. Okay, this is too similar. What the hell? I think this is too similar of a color. Sorry. Now I'll have to do another nation. Galicia then tries to go to another continent. And they do. And they reach here. Again, this is completely not like the population colonies over here. They're completely different. And after this one final, there's another one, which is Taiwan and China. China and Taiwan, they get this territory, and Taiwan gets a minor city, but still makes it a colonial empire over here. Not a minor city, a bunch of little tribes. China will then expand. Actually, everyone will. All along a few rivers. They will reach this, and they will go down south and get all of this. And this is now China as an empire. So that means here in the religious map, that China is going to have a lot of influence here in America, in the Americas. Going back to the political map, Scotland is going to expand one more time, and Japan will expand a bit more to this, and they will take all this region, forming a ginormous Japanese empire, getting all of this city that I forgot the name, Haikudo, I forgot the name, and what the this is combined? Wait, what the hell? Okay, going back to normal. The Bay Nation will gain all of this over here from Alaska. Alaska will get all of this from Alaska. Ireland will get this from Canada. Almost finishing with the colonialism here in Northern America. Cornwall is going to take all of this. Then Galicia will take all of this. And then this will be split between France in between Cornwall, in between Japan, and in between Scotland. Now we have a split, almost split. I forgot to add this to Japan. And now North America is colonized. Now let's go to South America. This Cornwall will get this region and will gain this. Portugal will gain this. France doing everything, will gain this. I think France is the largest empire, like in history, ever. Colombia, which is protected, is going to gain this, and they gain this. Remember when I said that this nation was going to live forever? I was kind of lying. Actually, I was lying very much. Then Portugal will get this. Colombia will get this. Then the Southern La Plata will do a desperate taking of this. Portugal will gain the rest of this. And finally, the rest of this is given to a random power, completely random. In Europe, they give this to Poland. Why Poland? Poland is doing well economically, has good relations with all of these nations, as you can see here. There's nothing about it. Well, they're thinking about joining the alliance. That alliance, I think it already is. Well, Wait. They take this of course won't exist, and they have good relations with France, the Mediterranean, this stuff. So this will be given to Poland, and even as a bit of a thank you very much for being at least useful, they will get the access to the sea, and they will take all of this. South America is fully colonized, almost fully colonized, because like 1, 2, 3 nations. Talking about the Falklands is going to create not going to create a colony, a nation, is going to colonize this region. The Penguin Nation will expand, and the second Penguin Nation will expand a bit too. But the Penguin Nation will go and discover Southern Mozambique. And so Africa is discovered, kinda. Well, the Penguin Army is going to discover this. So they will stop, and they will expand over here, and here, and here. And they will expand over here too. Then the Tanzania will get this. And wait a second, this is going to paint the whole world, isn't it? Almost. This is going to paint the whole world. I don't want to paint the whole world in 1705. I want to wait until 1910, which is going to be in some time. Well, we're closer and closer to today, as we are in 1710. At this period, there should be a large war here in Europe, but there's not going to be one. And Gdansk is going to buy this region from Brisk. Brisk did not know this and was like, what the hell? Give our lands back right now. And they're like, you sold it to us. What do you mean you sold it to us? And then they show the check. They really did sell it. Oh yeah, there's this island that's still Scottish. It's cool. Ireland is going to try to colonize new territories, but where? Here. He's going to take this, conquer it, and he's going to expand over here, stopping the Mediterranean Republic, and the Mediterranean Republic sells the colony. Why? Well, the Mediterranean Republic has a bit of an economic problem, so they gave it away. Then Ireland will expand to here and take all of this, and Portugal will take all of this. Well, as you can notice, the largest power in the world is Scotland, Portugal, France, Japan, Ireland, Novgorod, the Urals. I think this is the Urals. No, Siberia. This nation, Kronos, that is going to start to collapse right now. You know why? It's been an empire for too long, honestly. Then Sri Lanka declares independence again. What the? Oh. Oops. They declare independence. Then the Maldives and this nation and this area declares independence. And then Borneo is going to declare independence. I said Borneo, but I painted Java. Then Taiwan will try to invade, and they will fail, and Hainan will take it. And then each one of these islands will declare independence. Firstly, this island with a bit of that piece, Then this island that will declare independence. Then this island. I think this is Java, or this is Sumatra. No, this is Java and this is Sumatra. Is that true? I think that's true. Well, New Guinea, or Guinea, will gain independence, but it will take all of this. And then the New Zealand, all of these maritime territories will declare independence from Kronos and take all of this. Then, I think this is Samoa. I'm guessing this is Samoa. Well, then another nation declares independence and takes all of this. And now it's time for Kronos to be split in their homeland. The first nation is the Victoria Nation, which is going to declare independence. Which is going to declare independence. Then this Southern Australian nation will declare independence from Kronos. But this is not going to have Tasmania like the other nation had. That's going to be for a new nation. Tasmania gains its independence. Well, colors are not the same. Then this nation will declare independence from Kronos, which includes like Western Australia or Eastern Australia. And then the rest becomes a new nation. Well, Kronos officially collapsed, and that is the collapse of a rising of a strong nation, just a strong nation. Well, we have ended colonization in the Americas. We have almost ended in Africa, and we're going to in the future start with Antarctica. I hope you guys enjoyed. These were fireworks. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and goodbye.